I want to introduce my friend, Senator Cory Booker. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It is really good for me to be in Milwaukee. I have to say, as a former mayor of a great American city, that so many people like Donald Trump like to demean and degrade our urban spaces. It's incredible to see a city like this that is doing so much to help people, to empower its residents, to do what a lot of cities are doing, trying to tell their truth, create jobs, and expand opportunity. It is really a shame when you have leaders in high positions punching down on people and saying such awful things like Donald Trump did about this incredible, diverse community. I'm a guy from Jersey and entered politics in nonpartisan races. When I was mayor of the city of Newark, it wasn't about right or left, it was about what was the best thing to move forward. And I made a reputation for myself about bringing people together from across the aisle to do good things, to empower people to succeed. I'm here, obviously, speaking on behalf of the Democratic Party, but I am really interested in speaking about the clear choice that Americans have before them right now, and to remind folks that despite the pomp and circumstance I'm seeing in the RNC convention, what the truth is, using Donald Trump's own words and what he did in his first term. People should understand that in the Senate, I've been there for 10 years, in Congress, I have worked with Democrats constantly to fight against Republican attempts to strip away health care from Americans, to undermine people's reproductive rights, to try to fight to secure people's retirement securities. And again, last night, which had me really curious, to be the party that consistently stands up for labor. Joe Biden is the most pro-labor president in my lifetime, and 4 years of Donald Trump, what he did with the NRLB, the National Labor Relations Board, what he did with OSHA, is he tried to undermine consistently union rights and workers' rights. So let me make this clear, especially when you see frightening documents like Project 2025, when you see what this president did when he was in office. Let me make some things clear. Donald Trump is trying to end the Affordable Care Act, widely popular amongst Republicans, independents, and Democrats. Americans should understand what that means. Remember, we stopped Donald Trump in the Senate. Democrats, unified with a few Republicans, stopped him from doing what he said he would do time and time again. What Congress people on the Republican side voted dozens, if not hundreds of times to repeal the Affordable Care Act. What Donald Trump and J.D. Vance say they want to do. What would that mean for you as Americans? It would mean that people with pre-existing conditions, again, would not be able to get health care. It means that health care costs would go up remarkably because millions of Americans rely on the discounts in the exchanges. It would mean young people would be kicked off insurance again, as opposed to being able to stay on their parents' insurance until they're 26. It would mean people with complicated, difficult diseases would not be able to find the care they need. Medicaid and Medicare, something that, again, Republicans in Congress and their policy groups constantly say they want to privatize, they want to limit. Things like 2025, Project 2025, say they want to cap, infecting millions of Americans. We Senate Democrats, we House Democrats, President Biden, we want to fight to make sure that Medicaid and Medicare is not just secure, but we continue to drive down the cost of health coverage and prescription drugs. You saw 4 years of Donald Trump. Prescription drug costs were continuing to go up under that president. President Biden, however, capped out-of-pocket expenses for our seniors to $2,000. President Biden and Senate Democrats and House Democrats were able to lower the cost of insulin to $35. And reproductive care, abortion care is health care. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have said awful things about criminalizing people who seek abortion care. They have attacked Planned Parenthood time and time again, trying to defund it. They put us in this dystopian world where we criminalize women or doctors that try to save women's lives. If you support Roe v. Wade, this is a clear choice between a president who brags about ending Roe v. Wade and the president and vice president who are some of the most powerful voices for reestablishing Roe v. Wade as the law of the land. And Social Security, God bless America. When you've worked all your life and paid into Social Security and you hear what Republicans are trying to do from their policy groups in Congress, all the way to what you've heard and read in Project 2025. Folks that want to limit benefits, they want to raise the retirement age, do the kind of things that strip away security and resources from hardworking Americans who paid into Social Security, understanding the bargain and the deal all their lives. They want to upend that. I've seen this and heard this and watched this for 10 years in the Senate, people trying to shake that fundamental bargain and end Social Security as we know it. We're at a crossroads here, and it couldn't be more stark. We have a pro-union president in office right now. We have a party that fights and protects unions. We have a party that protects women's rights to choose. We have a party that's proven they can lower healthcare costs, lower prescription drug costs, expand health coverage. Heck, for black people in America, we now are at the point where never before in history have we had this many black people covered by health insurance. And the party that wants to end all of that. I want to end by saying that this is a tough political season. I serve in the Senate with a lot of folks, and like Tammy Baldwin, who's my friend here in Wisconsin, who has done so much to create jobs here. She's a leader of Buy America. Tammy Baldwin is this incredible woman who is one of those workhorses in the Senate, not a show horse at all. And what I love about Tammy Baldwin is she's a part of us in the Senate that really works across the aisle. And we were talking yesterday about this choice of one of our colleagues to be Trump's vice president. And we both wish him well, pray for his family. It's not easy to put yourself out there, especially on a presidential ticket. I saw the attacks, the unfair, unjust attacks on Kamala Harris, one of our colleagues, good American. But the choice of J.D. Vance worries me because of this. It presents this stark contrast in our country. Stark contrast, not between Republicans and Democrats, but between President Trump's first vice president, Pence, and his current vice president. What is the stark difference between the two? What is the stark difference between Donald Trump's first vice president and why he says he chose his second vice president choice? It's the same thing we see with so many people from Donald Trump's original circle, his former chief of staff, his former secretary of defense, who have all come out and say they don't support Donald Trump's presidency. Because when Donald Trump made a move on our democracy and our elections, and spread the worst lie I've ever seen that caused one of the lowest, most shameful moments in American history on January 6th, where people stormed into our Capitol, where we literally had a trial in the United States Senate, where both Republicans and Democrats voted to convict Donald Trump. Vice President Pence did the right thing for our democracy. Vice President Pence moved to certify an election that Donald Trump's chief election officer said was fair. And now he's chosen a vice president who said that he would not have done that. If he was the vice president then, he would have lurched our country perhaps into its worst constitutional crisis in my lifetime and generations before. This is a stark choice, folks. Between having health care and not, between having reproductive rights and not, between having affordable prescription drugs and not, between having retirement security and not. When it comes to the sacred American democracy, between our elections and preserving who we are, we now know that there is a team that believes the only way we will support the outcome of this election is if we win. And if we lose, we will use every bit of resources and power we do to subvert the ultimate will of the people, and that is unacceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, I now bring up an extraordinary person, a leader of one of our greatest unions there are. In fact, this is a woman who is the first woman to lead a union of 12 million Americans. I want to mention this because I think it's one of the most special things. It's a person that leads with love. She talks about the urgency of kindness, and that we should have an America that works for everybody. In many ways, she is not just the leader in the right place at the right time in an America that President Biden and Vice President Harris are trying to make an economy that works for everybody, but she's actually in the trenches fighting for the rights of so many people, but understands that how you lead is so important. At a time that there's too much divisiveness and hate, Liz Shuler is one of those people who is a light worker and someone that I have come to respect a lot, and I bring her to the microphone now. Thank you.